Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to a special edition of Millennial Marketers. My name is Frank Salas, and I go by the name, the talented Mr. Salas.
Welcome to everybody.
I have an
Facebook.
awesome guest for us today. His name is Shawn, and he's going to help us get our business right. So first and foremost, if you're doing business in 2018, you need leads. If you're doing business next year, you need leads. We're doing business 100 years ago, you still needed leads. And I'm going to show you, and Shawn's going to show you a super cool growth hack on how to automate and systematize your lead generation, which is what we call the tofu, or the top of the funnel. So this is going to widen the top end of your funnel, which means more and more people are going to be able to be aware about you and be able to do business with you. But without further ado, Mr. Shawn Finder, can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, everyone. And Frank, thanks for having me today. My name is Shawn Finder. I am the founder of AutoKlose, a revolutionary sales outreach platform that allows you to automate your entire sales funnel within seconds. So I'm happy to be here today, and definitely happy to talk with you, Frank, today and help you guys and show you guys some tips and tricks on outreach.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. So this is a show for entrepreneurs. This is a show for people who are in marketing, specifically social media marketing or digital marketing. And I want to show you guys how to grow your business. And I thought Shawn would be an awesome fit for this program because he has a tool and he has strategies and tips and a lot of value to share with us on generating business, specifically through cold email. I have several cold email campaigns and multiple niches, specifically for social media marketing. Also for real estate, for buying, selling, investing, lease options, so many niches that I use cold email to generate leads in all kinds of businesses. So it's viable, it works. I know everyone's saying, email's dead, email's dead. Nah, man, if you don't know how to email, you're dead. You're dead if you don't know how to email. So Shawn, talk to us, just bring us into the world of, cold email and how you got into that.
Yeah, so back in the day, everyone used to knock on doors, do the cold calling, but anyone that says email is dead is just completely wrong. The problem is you're probably emailing incorrectly. So email's not going anywhere, but there's certain things within an email that you must do to really get your prospect's attention. And people don't pay attention, for example, subject lines. Subject line is so important. It's the first thing people see. Desktop, on mobile, the first three words. So, how I got into it was I used to be a VP of sales for a few companies back in the day, and we never knew how to get leads, or we'd buy leads and the leads were terrible. They wouldn't get us the results we wanted. And everyone would go to VP of sales and say the leads are terrible. But also salespeople always give up. People are lazy. They give up after 2-3 follow-ups. So what we've built is a fully automated platform that allows you to schedule everything all in one. To kind of fit the needs of you as a salesperson.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, we're gonna dive deep into that and talk more about your awesome software. We're also gonna give you a lot of value to you guys about using cold email. Right off the bat, I want to double back and hone in on something you said. People don't pay attention to the email subject line. And for me, the biggest way that I get noticed, and business owners, clients, customers, partners, everybody always tells me, and I'm a huge proponent of going to a cold traffic. Like, it's really easy to go after warm traffic, and because it's easy, I don't like to do it. I don't know, I'm weird, I'm wired differently. I love the challenge of going to a brand new market where nobody knows me, I have no respect, and I have no business being there. By the way, my first business was a spray tanning business. Hello, I'm a Mexican dude. What the hell do I have to do doing that? And so what I loved about new business and my addiction to the game, the entrepreneurship game, is just creating out of nothing. And cold email is a little piece of that puzzle. There still is, cold calling. There's still in-person meetings, sending out direct mails, other forms of advertising. But cold email is probably one of the easiest ways, especially with technology and the technology that you offer, to attract a wide amount of audience and engage with them in a two-way conversation. And a lot of the other things are one-way conversation where you're saying, hey, here's my business, here's my business, here's my business, here's my business, hey, here's my business, hey. You're like that, where you could say, hey, how's it going? How can I help you? And then they can have a conversation with you back and forth. And that's what I really love about cold email. So that being said, a lot of people might have this fantasy of, oh, I'm going to send out 1,000 cold emails and I'm going to get 500 clients. I'm going to be rich and swimming in money. That's not necessarily how cold email works. Can you maybe give us some realistic expectations of cold email?
Yeah. So before I get started, you touched upon a great thing, the subject line. And it's one of the most, it is actually the most important piece of your entire email. Because if you can't get the right subject line right, nobody's going to open your email. So, for the audience today, a few things I would love for them to think about is I'm going to give you some of the worst subject lines, but I'm also going to give you some of the best subject lines that get you the best conversions. This is some good tips for everyone that's listening right now. And I'd love to hear what they think as well. Like, if in the chat they would mention which one they think was good or bad, or if they agree or disagree, it'd be great to have them also interact with us. But some of the worst subject lines that surprised me, actually, having the word invitation in the subject line, or can you chat? Are you interested? Touching base. You're emailing them, so why are you asking them to touch base? One other thing about the worst subject lines is you want to keep your subject line less than 5 words. Ideally, 2 or 3 words is actually the best subject line. Now, you might be saying, is email dead? No, email is dead because you have the wrong subject line. So some of the best subject line, and I'm sure you'd love to hear this, is actually just a quick thank you or follow-up. Or even if you say, hi, Shawn, or hi, Frank as a subject line, you will have a better conversion, a better open rate by putting anything about being interested. Can I have 15 minutes of your time? That doesn't work. So the most important thing, and this I can't explain this enough to the audience, is get your subject line right. If you want to hit those open rates, those click rates, those delivery rates, get your subject right. And one thing I wanted to mention before I stop with subject line is test, test, test. Test 5 different subject lines with the same content. See what gives you the best conversion, and then pound that subject line for the rest of your campaign.
I dig it. So those are just some great steps, some great tips I want to just recap with you guys. Is you want to make sure that you have a super short subject line. I do suggest using an emoji, to put in the beginning,
right,
and then on the end. If that's another way to do a pattern interrupt, or interrupt their normal pattern. So they're kind of on autopilot, and then they're like, oh, what is this emoji? And so I like using money emojis. I also like using the little green check mark. And I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys so you can see what I use. By the way, I do use a plugin on Google Chrome called emojistuff.com. That is emojistuff.com. And so you get smiley.
Frank, I want to ask you, do you use green because it's money when you use the green check mark?
Actually, I don't use it because of the money, but that's an awesome byproduct of that. The reason is actually super psychological. And by the way, I'm a bro scientist, so just for the record, I'm not a legit scientist, I'm a bro scientist. But most people have an iPhone, and if you use this green check mark, there's a lot of other check marks, but if you use this green check mark, that shade of green is the exact shade of green as a text message on the iPhone. And who sends you text messages? Your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, your brother, your boyfriend, your spouse, your husband, your sister, your coworkers, your boss. Everybody who you know and trust already uses that shade of green to alert you, and your brain is already addicted to go, oh, I got to look at my phone because I don't want to leave something on the dude. So this is just a little hack that I found over the last 3 years of seriously sending out several thousand emails per month to cold traffic. That has helped me out in any industry, any niche. It just really gets them to think. It tricks them to think they have a text message. Honestly, I'm just tricking people to open up that thing. But that's my foot in the door, and that's how I get in. So let's move on from the subject line, and let's talk about what does the actual message say, because, now that we focus on the subject line, what do you say next?
Yeah, and that's great. So that's where we start going into more of the body of the email. Now, the body is very important because there's just different strategies, and it all depends on who you're speaking to. So what I say is personalize the body of an email as much as you can. Therefore, if you have the person's first name, you have the person's job title, the organization, the company they work for, the city they're in, put as much information in the body paragraph So it feels like you are sending that one-on-one email. Even though you might be sending it to 500 people, personalize each of those emails, which is what AutoKlose does. It personalizes each of those emails to make each person feel like you are having that one-on-one with them. I know, Frank, one thing you're great with is, calls to action. And you want to strategically put what your call to action is in your body paragraph. Do you want them to come to a landing page? Do you want them to watch you on YouTube, etc.? But where you place that call to action is also a very important piece of the body paragraph, because within the first 5 seconds when they read your email, you want to almost tell them what you want them to do, because they're going to skip the rest and they want to know, okay, what is the end goal of Frank, or what is the end goal of Shawn? If it is to click on a landing page, get that in there. Explain in the first 5 seconds, because that's the attention span that a person's going to read your email. But yeah, those would be the main tips I would say. And obviously have a signature inside your email to make it as personal as possible, because the one thing I want to know is when Frank's emailing me, I want to know that Frank is actually emailing me and it's not a third-party server that's emailing me a marketing or promotional email.
I dig it. And then just to really piggyback that and help the audience, again, we serve marketers, people who have agencies. We're doing a lot of B2B, and we're also doing businesses, entrepreneurs, small companies who have a small team with really hardworking people who are just trying to get by, bootstrapping and doing way too many jobs. You are going to be showing us a tool here that can eliminate a lot of, bottlenecks, friction points in a business. Actually, and I'm going to get into this a little bit later, right now, I'm paying people. I pay people to send out cold emails on my behalf. And when we got introduced, I saw the value of having automation and technology and leveraging your platform, because I'm paying somebody a freaking salary and I got to deal with them. I got to tell them happy birthday. I got to make sure that the kids are good. It's just like another thing. I know it sounds a little messed up, but I've got 45 employees, man. I have 45 kids, and then their kids are my kids. So I've got to get all this in here, and it's just stressful. I'm 30 years old. I'm single. I don't have any kids. How am I going to be learning about other people's family? So I've got all this stuff going on over here, Shawn. And then you got a solution for us. And you're like, look, man, you don't got to be dealing with that whole thing. I've got something that will really help you out. So I have played with it, and I think it's great. I want to be fully transparent that I do have an affiliate offer with Shawn and his software. I am using it myself, and this is something that I wanted to highlight, his software, to our community, because it's going to help you out. It's going to help you get paid. It's going to help you get money. So with your permission, guys, I would love to show you guys just a little bit of what Shawn has to offer. And it's not going to be a pitch. It's not going to be anything. It's going to be more of a walkthrough. Imagine we're showing you a new super cool tool that's going to make you a lot of money. And here's my draw to this. So I was sharing with you guys that I have an employee. I pay him salary. I got to deal with them. I got to give him direction, blah, blah, blah. And that's a process that I'm dealing with right now. And Shawn's like, whoa, dude. I've got this technology that's 99% less expensive, number one. And it doesn't talk back. It doesn't show up late. It doesn't need water. It doesn't need food. It doesn't need sleep. And it's right here for you, working 24 hours. It doesn't even need a home. It doesn't need a bed. It's just always there. And all you got to do is take your lists. And so I have to go out there. And then maybe that person who's sending out the emails now, maybe that person, I'm going to have them go find data and go find realtors in America or Canada, or my restaurants in Dallas, Texas, my hometown, or so on and so forth. Or you have another option for us there as well. Either way, I'm going to get a list of people. I'm going to do my database generation. So with that list, I'm going to take it to your technology, which is AutoKlose with a K. And your technology says, okay, thank you, Master Frank. I will now go and send out emails. And it's going to go, pew, 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 just send out emails like crazy. But the cool thing is that it's a robot. It's got AI. It's got machine learning. So it'll know the best times to send, the best times to follow up, the best times to really engage, the best days. So there's just a lot of amazing software that I haven't even got into, honestly, scratch the surface with. And I would love for you to kind of show us this new software. But before I do, and I'm taking a little bit longer your time, but before I do, guys, I want to warn you guys, as always, the talented Mr. Frank Salas is an early adopter. Everything I show you is in beta. So that means that it's working really well right now, and that we're using strategies that are super successful right now. If you wait to take action on these, there could be things that change. Google, Gmail, email servicers, federal law could pass, something different could change. what I'm telling you right now is that this works right now, and you have to take action. So don't just watch this and use this growth hack in your business and think about using it. Use it. Take action and execute. So Shawn, show us a little bit more about your super powerful tool, AutoKlose.
Perfect. I'm gonna show you guys, obviously how to set up a campaign and how that all works and what you can do. I'll also go through some tips and tricks throughout it. But Frank, ideally what AutoKlose does, and I'm gonna actually tell you guys the idea, how I came up with the idea. I actually had a virtual assistant that while I was in Hawaii on vacation with my wife, I had a virtual assistant that was going through my LinkedIn, booking me meetings for my other business. Okay. And I came back and I flew into Vancouver and I was on a stopover at the airport. I looked at my phone. I took my phone like this and I looked at my phone and I'm like, I have 17 demos this week. I didn't make a call and I didn't send an email. And what I said to myself is that's a salesperson's dream. So literally you can be in Hawaii sipping on a pina colada and AutoKlose does everything for you. So I want you to think of that while I show you this. And then your mind is going to go like this and think of all the ideas you can use. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and we're going to show you a campaign. So, Frank, if you could just let me know once you can see my screen.
We have a visual.
We have a visual. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to go through the whole platform because, it's not going to take long, but I want to show you what the bread and butter on how to use this platform is. Okay. The basic thing for this platform is to start a campaign. Now, Frank just touched upon two different options. Now, we want to start a campaign. We want to edit a campaign. We want to get a campaign going so we can all go to Hawaii together, have that pina colada together, but be prospecting all day. So on the left-hand side, this is where Frank mentioned. If you have data, you have that stuff to make that engine go, you would upload your list. But for today, I want to show you how you can use our database, have no data, and be able to prospect.
I love it.
So at the top here, 4 simple steps. Salespeople do not want to spend time. We want to spend time making the green, making those money emojis like Frank was discussing. That's what we want to do. That's what we're going to help you do, okay? So simply, you're going to create, I'm going to call this Frank Salas Facebook Live Demo. Our start date is going to be today, February 27th from 9 to 5. You can schedule that any time zone you want. It's all inside settings, but we don't want to bore you with settings today. We want to show you how to get that engine moving. So the second part is you're going to say, oh, I have to create my own data. Yes, you are going to create your own data. However, if you do not know how to create your own data, we have content in here that you can use. This has been done and we'll show you, for example, if you want to do a webinar, we will show you the content to use, all the follow-ups. So literally you send 5 emails over the next 30 days with one click of the button. And that's when you're actually in Hawaii sipping on that pina colada because everything is being done for you. Everything is being sent directly from your Gmail, Outlook, Office 365, etc. So let me show you how this works. You create your template. Now, we discussed how to personalize subject lines and first names. So let's erase this. We're going to call this and just say, Frank, thank you. And I want to actually change this and say, Frank, thanks for having me on your Facebook Live page today. Now, I could send this to 100 people, 1,000 people, or just to Frank. But I can also personalize it with the company, the job title, the city the person is, all in that message to personalize it. That's what we discussed earlier. We want this to feel like it's going from Frank to Shawn and Shawn to Frank. You want to change your follow-ups. You want to save this right here.
Yo, Shawn, can I stop right there? I just want to point the opportunities out. So, like, first and foremost, the execution, the implementation of this is, so, like, right here you could say where it says first name right there. So it'll say, Frank, thanks for having me on your Facebook Live page today. Have fun in Medellin, Colombia, because you could put the city, and you could also say, I'm very blessed to be working with the talented Mr. Salas, just by putting the organization there. And you could say, you're doing a phenomenal job of being the chief outsourcing officer there. And that's all personalized. And that's all because you're using the database. So it does take a little bit of love. Like the gold is in the list. And if you can take care of your list, don't think of it as like a piece of paper or some data files with numbers and names and stuff. Think of it as human beings with families and feelings and experiences that need help, that are in your field, ideally, that you want to reach out and have a connection with. So that's how you want to think about this. So I just want to stop that and really help people implement this into their experience.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit more, Frank, for example, let's just say we weren't sending this to Frank, but we said let's say we had a webinar and we had 200 people that showed up. And we wanted to email all 200 people and say, thank you for showing up. You click first name. Now, when you upload that list or user database, everything is personalized. So this would say, Frank, thank you. Shawn, thank you. Kevin, thank you. Michelle, thank you. So it's all personalized. It's not only for Frank, it's for anybody you upload as a list or use in our database. So just to do follow-ups, now say, for example, someone does not reply to your email, you actually build your own follow-up campaign right here, and you can do as many follow-ups as you want. So another thing I want to say is, you might be surprised by this, but most salespeople give up after 2 follow-ups. They give up because person doesn't reply, they get bored, they get lazy to send more. It actually takes 6 to 8 follow-ups to get a person to take an action. Therefore, when you're giving up after 2, you are leaving money on the table. You have to be following 6 to 8 times. And if you say, well, I don't have time to do that, you don't have to. AutoKlose does it all for you. So what we're going to do is show you how that's done, and you can build your own template, but this is where it gets really cool. Now, you might be saying, for people that don't have a list, that are listening on Facebook all around the world right now, you might be saying, well, I don't have a list. Well, guess what? We have over 8 million contacts, so we allow you to email. So therefore, if you want to email people in the USA and say, for example, you want to email marketing managers, and you want to email only companies and you only work with revenue of 25 million to 50 million, and for today, we want to only reach out to retail. Guess what? We click next step. And right now, if I want to send my content with 3 follow-ups, an initial email and 2 follow-ups, to the 200 people that I never had access to, it's all automated. We actually send them emails with your content, and all you do is get sales. So I don't want to show you and press start because it is live, just like we're live on Facebook. This is live, and I don't want to be saying thank you, Frank, to 200 marketing managers. But maybe, Frank, do you think it's best that I show them the results of one of my campaigns?
I think it is very best that you show them the results.
Okay. So as Frank mentioned, we were in beta. We are in beta. We're launching soon. And Frank has been an early adopter. Here is an email that I sent asking people on December 18th to book a calendar. Now, here is my call to action. Now, you might be saying, how many demos did you have? Look at all the people that booked on my Calendly. Now, while everyone was having time and family time during Christmas, New Year's, etc., what was I doing? I was actually doing demos every hour on the hour throughout Christmas and New Year's by using AutoKlose. Everything was automated. I could have went on holiday and woke up to this. You can go and spend time with your family on Sunday, go to Colombia and visit Frank. And everything is automated. Every week, I am booked with new demos. Now, that is a salesperson's dream. And we show you all the statistics to your campaigns right here with your open rates, your click rates, your bounced, your replies. Everything is automated. Even to show you while I'm talking to you guys today, right now, I'm actually doing a campaign in progress. Right now, I'm sending emails and promoting my business while I'm doing a Facebook Live with Frank. It is just unreal to see.
This is nuts. I want to stop you right there, and I just want to just hone back. A lot of people who are new to this, who have everyone. The attraction of cold email marketing is that you don't have to pick up a phone and talk to a business owner, and it's one of the most powerful things to do. But it's kind of scary. And you get told no a whole lot, and this is a way you just send out 5,000 emails in that one little program and the one campaign, and you had about 2,300 people open it up, the amount of time it would take to even dial 2,300 numbers or even use a dialer and say hello and get past the gatekeeper, you're doing an autopilot. And so one big takeaway that we didn't touch on that you did share was that you had a call to action, and your call to action was Calendly or some kind of automatic scheduler. And so the way that this could work, and the way that I'm going to be using this in my business, is I just, because I'm an early adopter, I built a chatbot. And this chatbot is super powerful, but it only serves Shopify e-commerce stores. So I have my assistant going out and finding Shopify e-commerce stores and making a database. We're then going to, and then while she's doing that, I take my time to write 5 emails, super short, 5 sentences or less, all with a call to action to book an appointment with me using Calendly or Acuity, whatever you guys feel like using. So then you say, okay, we're going to send these emails during, it's so crazy because could you show them like the span of when you could send it? You could choose, I want to do I could say, I want to do a campaign next March from March 5th to March 27th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or locals time, depending on where they are, just like there's so much customization. Can you show us that? Because that's got me super excited, because to really finish that up, my team's going to go get a list. I'm going to use my brain to make a really powerful converting email. I'm going to offer my calendar so I can say, you know what, Mondays and Tuesdays, that's when I'm going to, get all my sales calls in. And during these times, and if people want to work with me, they just book through Calendly or my automatic schedule. So yeah, just show us that part of this, the campaign settings. I thought that was a huge value add.
Yeah. So I'm just going to, this way, we already went this way. I'm going to show you quickly here. The first thing we tell you is do your start date. So as Frank mentioned, you can actually, for example, Christmas next year, you want to say Merry Christmas to all your existing clients, everyone in your Facebook group, everyone on your Instagram, whoever you want. You can schedule this for next Christmas between 9 to 5 to send Merry Christmas. Say Happy Valentine's Day. Say Happy New Year's. It's all automated. But say, for example, Frank's in Colombia, and say he wants to prospect to Australia or somewhere, and while he's sleeping, if he ever does sleep, because I know he works a lot, but if he was sleeping, he can actually also go into settings and choose your time zone. So you can actually be choosing, say I want to target Asia. While I'm sleeping, I could be sending emails to Asia to anybody I want. The world is your oyster here. You can target time zones. You can target specific people. You can do campaigns down the road. It saves you, on average, of a 9-hour day of a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a salesperson. This will save you 4 to 5 hours per day. And I know, Frank, we have something very special for people later, but we're not going to get into that yet. But this can save you hours. Imagine what you could be doing with hours. You can be spending more time with your kids. You can spend more time with your family. It saves you hours. We're just touching on some of the stuff here, but we have many more features inside the platform with reporting, adding team members, adding brothers, sisters, everything right here inside. But as he said, time zone and scheduling those campaigns is one of the assets you'll have here with AutoKlose.
I dig it. And yeah, we have some people already asking about the different packages, and they couldn't find any pricing on the website on our live stream here. And that's because this is in beta. I do have a special offer, and I've got a hookup for you guys. This is a sponsored collaboration, and I'm using this tool. I do want you guys to have the best price, the best opportunity. And as you guys know, I'm the person that goes out and I play with this stuff first. I test them out. I see if they're legit. I even asked Shawn straight up, yo, are you funny? Like, how do I know if I make a recommendation for you in your business that you're going to be around 6 months from now? And all he had to do was show me his calendar. I was like, yeah, he's going to be around for a very long time, because he's a product of the product. And that's what's got me really excited about this. And the biggest thing for me is that anybody can use this at any level. You could add this into your game. So let's break it down the ladder. So let's say that you have a job right now and you are in sales, and cold emailing is something that you would like to do, you're doing now, or is effective, but you don't have the time to do it. You could get on your program, get on AutoKlose through our awesome link. You can go to bit.ly/Salah Sleep. It is here in the show notes as well as in the caption. That's bit.ly/Salah Sleep. So with that being said, if you're at your job and your duty is to get leads, you could set this up and get some extra income for you. Or if you're at a job where you're not doing sales and you maybe have a side hustle, you have a side business, you can go to your job and use that as cash flow while you're taking that cash flow, investing into something like AutoKlose, an automatic scheduler, a website hosting, all the other stuff that we need for online business. So you can take your money from your job, put it in your business, and while you're working, your business could be advanced on. So that's a great way to leverage technology. And just the machine learning aspect of it is so great. We didn't really jump into that too much. It's just so deep and we don't have the time for it, but can you just hint of what that is?
Yeah. So a few things. So as you can see, you can do follow-ups. So what we do is we keep track of when your prospects are opening those emails and we send those follow-ups at a time that gives you a higher probability of them opening. So we say, okay, if Frank is busy during the day and he opens most of these emails from 4 to 5 p.m., the follow-up emails will be scheduled between 4 and 5 to help you get that open. Some other stuff we do is if somebody ever wants to unsubscribe from your email, we have that keyword that will automatically go into a do not email list. There's tons of stuff. And I think Frank hasn't mentioned yet, but what we're actually going to be offering everyone today that's listening to us is you don't even have to pay a free trial. Test it out for free, get some results, and use it for a 14-day free trial, which we're going to offer everyone today. And Frank's going to touch upon that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll show you guys where to get into that. I'm a user myself. I use this. I would never share anything with you that I wouldn't personally vouch for or personally vet and use. And I'm sharing with you guys my exact intention on how to use this. And if you want to get into this right now, again, everything that I show you is an early adopter or in beta. So it means you got to use it now. And now is the cheapest price you'll ever get. And this will pay for yourself. It's ridiculous how much this is, but don't even worry about how much it is right now, because for right now, let's see if it works. Within 14 days of you using it, you'll be able to see the results. It'll pay for itself. It'll get you automatic appointments. You don't have to worry about your leads ever coming in. And here's the biggest thing for me, and the value that I want you guys to get is I talk almost on every show that I do about the revenue roller coaster. I'm going to talk about it again, just to really cement that in there. So the revenue roller coaster works like this, Shawn. We got a lot of people who are doing a lot of lead generation, maybe cold calling, email, networking, blah, blah, and they get some clients because lead generation works. Who would have thought? Yeah. Lead generation works and you get clients. Now you get those clients, you get money, you're like, oh my God, I'm rich, I'm paid, yeah. Now you stop lead generating and the revenue roller coaster goes down. You're not making any money. You're not lead generating. You're serving these clients. You have this money, but after you finish serving those clients, guess what? You're back at zero. You're back at the bottom. You got no money, no leads, and no clients. And then guess what? You do more lead generation. And guess what? You get more clients because lead generation works. And then you do the same thing again. You go back down. But what I'm offering, what we're proposing to you, is we're offering you a way for free, $0, 0 cents, to try something like AutoKlose with a K. Just go to bit.ly/Salas Sleep. That's bit.ly/Salas Sleep. And that'll take you right in here, and you'll be able to set up your own campaign just like that. So that'll be in the show notes. It's super easy to use. And I'm using it, like I said, I think it's great, and I would strongly recommend for you guys to jump that. This is how new AutoKlose is. They have 24 people who like their Facebook page. So, I mean, this is in the ground floor, in the ground stage. As you guys know, I've introduced you to other programs such as Dubsado, Builderall, ClickFunnels, all those other ones when they were on the ground floor, so you were able to get the best price. AutoKlose is going to be around for a very long time. Shawn's using this to work with people like myself to educate you guys in small little audiences, so it's going to be there. And I just recommend for you guys to take advantage of this offer. Again, that's bit.ly/Salas Sleep, and it will be in the show notes, in the captions, and in the comments as well. So just go ahead and look for that. So, Shawn, if somebody is on the fence of just using cold email as a strategy for their business lead generation, what would you say to them?
What I would say to people right now is go on for 14 days. Build a campaign, even if it's 5, 10 people, and realize over the long term how many hours you would save by automating your outreach. Now, one thing I didn't mention is when you do those follow-ups and somebody does take an action and replies or books a meeting, they're taken out of the campaign. So ideally, try it. You can try it for 14 days. You can cancel within those 14 days and say, you know what, it's not for me. But I will tell you, I use it literally every single day. When I go on holidays, I'm using it. When my sales reps are going on vacation, they're using it. Give it a try. And if you do have any questions, I will actually share my email, Shawn@AutoKlose.com. Reach out to me personally with any questions you might have. I'd be more than happy to discuss your campaigns, your content with you. But ideally, automating and scheduling everything has literally grown our company tremendously over the last month and a half.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey guys, that was Shawn Finder with AutoKlose with a K. You can go ahead and try software out for absolutely free, 2 weeks. Don't worry about getting charged. We want to show you some actual value before you make the commitment, and go to bit.ly/Salas Sleep. Lots of S's in that one. So with that being said, guys, I want to leave you with one final tip, because I love to over deliver. It's okay if it's okay. Can I over deliver for you guys? So my takeaway from doing a lot of cold email, and just to give you an idea, I probably do about 10,000 cold emails a month right now amongst my different businesses. So it's a very high priority in my business. And I find no matter what business I'm working with, between the hours of 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. and the hours of 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. is when most business decision or B2B decision makers actually are going to reply and respond and actually get a notification, because they're up early and they're up late working, while everybody else is kind of like bothering them during the day saying, hey boss, can you look at this? Hey boss, can you do this? Hey boss, can you look at that? They don't have time to deal with you, but if you hit them up early or late, it's going to be super easy for you to get their attention. And just use those practices, the emojis, the short subject line, 3 to 5 words, 3 to 5 sentences with a call to action on the body, put a signature, let them know you're professional, and then constantly follow up with them. So, Shawn, thank you so much again for serving our tribe. We look forward to trying out your software and your product. So go to bit.ly/Salas Sleep, and you'll be able to try it out for free. Hasta luego, guys.
Thank you.